Hi, welcome back. So, this is the second in our series of bowls with the autumn and fall theme. Now look at these, are beautiful. They're called natural shell plates, I believe, but to me they look like pieces of mother of pearl shell. We've got these from Hobbycraft, which is a retailer here in the UK, although you can obviously find something similar, I'm sure, on Amazon. Got this beautiful, what I call magic glitter number 2, which if you've seen our video bowl with our first bowl, you'll have seen me using it, and also some of these lovely faux pearl beads. So if you haven't seen the first one, why not check out our playlist and go and have a look at the first in our themed bowls, should we just call them. So I've made up some resin. Again, we're not using Tea Expert here. We are using a different brand. It's a 1-to-1 mixing ratio, but it gives a lot of little bubbles, which again isn't necessarily an issue, but you know, I prefer Tea Expert definitely. So all we've done here is we've divided up the faux pearls into these two little silicone mixing jugs, and we've also got an empty one on the end there too. So just pouring in or decanting some of the clear resin into these so that we can mix in the faux pearl beads in with the clear resin, thoroughly coating them. And that really helps with for them to cure properly for your project when it's curing. Helps to, it stops them from coming, it should stop them from coming up to the surface of your project, particularly if you don't want them to. And should help to dispel any little air bubbles and things that might get trapped. So there we are, look, we're just stirring them in, mixing them into the resin, getting it all thoroughly coated. And it's looking great. Going to do exactly the same thing with this one. I think I'm not sure if I actually use them separately. I can't remember. Or if I pour them into the one mixing jug in the end and then do that. So we've got these beautiful, there's quite a lot in here, of these beautiful mother of pearl shell pieces. We are. And I'm just going to pour a little bit of resin out of this mixing jug over the top to try and get it to coat these shell plates. And again, this is to try and stop any little air bubbles from attaching themselves to the shell, the sides of the pieces of shell that you are going to incorporate into your project. Attempt anyway. So using a bigger stir stick or spatula here, just trying to coat it all. Make sure, as usual, that you do use the appropriate protective things, so the appropriate PPE, that you wear the respirator mask, that you wear gloves, and that you wear old clothes, and also that you work in a well-ventilated area. All the usual stuff that I'm sure you all know, but I do feel necessary to mention this in our videos. Right, so I'm happy with that now. I'm going to pop that to one side with the pearls mixed. And here we go, last thing. This is what I call, as I said, magic glitter number 2. And that's only because we've got a white version of this where it looks white in the bottle, but then when you put it in the resin, it's not white at all. All you can see is the pops of colour of the glitter. So this is a similar thing. It does colour the resin slightly. It's a beautiful sort of corally reddy colour. I thought it was quite autumnal. And yeah, so I've just poured quite a bit in there, and then I'm putting some more resin in over the top of it. And we're going to mix it, and obviously mixing it with a small popsicle stick or stir stick there. There we are. This is actually, I had quite a lot of glitter in this, so I do put some more resin in it just to thin it out a bit more. So it's not quite such a strong colour impact. So here's the bowl. Now you've probably seen me use this mould before. It is from Temu. It's a fantastic bowl. I love using this mould. There we go. So I'm just literally pouring the glitter one just down wherever. You pour it wherever you want. And then I'm going to put some clear resin on the top. There you go, which I had hoped was going to spread across the surface enough so it pushes the glitter mixed resin down, but it didn't. This resin that I'm using is a lot thicker than I'm used to. So again, just using my stirring spatula just to help persuade the resin down over the surface of the bowl, down to the sides of the mould. There we go. We're also going to tilt it a bit so it does exactly the same thing. And as you can see there on the line there, that is your glitter resin, or glitter mixed resin, all going around the edge of the bowl there, which is what I wanted. So I was rather pleased with that. There we go. So now it's time for the shells. So I'm going to pour a few of them out onto the surface here. Here we are. I'm just going to start spreading them around the bowl, making sure they're the right way that I want them. Because some of them are more matte on the back than on the front. And just persuading each of them to go down to the sides of the bowl, down the sides of the bowl. They are lovely. Obviously make sure that you haven't got anything that's not going to fit. So before you use these, before you make sure that you go through them and you pick all the right sort of shapes and sizes of the shell pieces. And there you go. I'm just using my finger. As I said, you know, your gloves are going to get resin on them. Make sure you're not touching yourself, your skin or your clothing or your face with your gloved hands, because obviously you're going to put resin on your skin. So now I'm going to go in with some of these beautiful faux pearl beads. So that was one emptied. Now I didn't mix, I don't think I mixed the two, because I didn't mix the two because I wanted to make sure that it went evenly, if that makes sense, out and round. I mean, obviously you can do it as one big one and just sort of pop, you know, pour it out all into the middle and then do what I'm doing here, which is just to persuade each little bit to go, or one of the beads to go out and round. I mean, obviously, if you have got just faux pearls that aren't beads, we're just basically using up what we have. My Wayne, who is another one of our designers and creators here at Lottie Jasmine Designs, he's also my partner in real life, he found them. He was going to use them all for his project that he's doing, which you will see in a few videos time. And I said, oh, can I have a few of those? His face dropped, honestly, which was quite funny. But yes, of course, we share things, as I reminded him. Bless. But yes. And if you don't know who Wayne is, why not check back through some of our previous videos on our playlist. He tends to wear black nitrile gloves, and when he's not wearing gloves, if he's doing demolds or if he's doing brushing mica powders onto molds, he has the very lovely black nail polish painted nails, because everybody likes to be unique and individual. Plus it's sort of a bit goth / rock / punk in his youth. Anyway, I digress. I really need to be talking about what I'm doing. So I've poured on another amount of these beautiful pieces of shell. As you can see, some of them are a bit more matte than the other sides. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got a nice mix and that I've got plenty going around the sides of the bowl. Obviously you can use as many or as few as you wish. I wanted to pack it. What's it, Claire? Claire from Claire's Crafty Corner. The chuck it all in, pack it all out and chuck it all in method, which is a bit like, I suppose, what I was doing here. Some people might say that this is more is more. Some people might say more is not better. But obviously that's up to you, what you want to do. So I liked the idea of this because I thought, well, it's sort of ocean themed as well. So, I mean, this wouldn't look out of place in a bathroom or perhaps a nice conservatory, or if you're lucky enough to live on the coast near a beach, then it would look lovely in any room in your house. There we go. But I'd also like the fact that they are still the colours of autumn. You know, you've got more of a golden sun, you've got the beautiful greens and reds and oranges and chestnut colours, and with little bits of hints of gold on some of the leaves as well. So hence why the colour scheme is what it is. So there we go. I'm going in with my second little container of these beads, which have been coated in a little bit of resin. just spreading them out and around. And to be honest, you can hope that they're going to stay where they are, but resin has a life of its own, so it will move anything that you put in resin. It will move. It will move it. But, you know, like if you put things in you're not happy, then you just readjust it. Now here I go again. Now, I did mix up the rest of the resin that I had. I popped it in with all the shells, and it had got some of that lovely glitter, the magic number 2 glitter. Yeah, so I'm just making sure I'm getting every last bit of liquid resin out of there. And now we're just going to, again, we're going to spread these pieces out, and we're going to make sure that we put them down on the sides and also across the base. Now, there we go. So just carefully moving more. Thanks for joining us today. If you're one of our subscribers, hello, welcome back. Hopefully you're enjoying all our videos. If you've joined us in the live chat, hello to everyone in the live chat. Myself, Wayne and Hugo are usually online there to answer any questions that you may have. Wayne and Hugo are members of the channel. Members are the co-creators of this channel, Lottie, Jasmine Designs. And we are a family, in case you hadn't already realised that. Hugo takes care of the video and audio editing for us, and all the social media things, the publishing up of the videos and so on, which is a big job in itself. Wayne and myself, we tend to stick with the creating of the projects, coming up with the ideas, hopefully ones that are successful and work, and yeah, and do the filming. So there we go. But yes, so hello to everyone from us three. Hello to all of you. If you found us just because YouTube have recommended it, because it's realised that this person likes watching these kind of videos, we'd just like to say hello to you as well. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, then why not? If you haven't got if you haven't got a YouTube account, it's easy enough to create one. It doesn't cost anything, and why not hit the subscribe button? Be one of our subscribers. Join the others that are there, and yeah, again, it's free. Hit the notification bell. Give us a thumbs up. Pop a comment in. Do you like what we've made? If you like it, what do you like about it? Do you have a favourite bit that you like about it? What colours would you use? What theme would you do? All of those types of things. You know, we do read every comment. We do reply to every comment. I will say, however, that anybody giving inappropriate comments will be blocked and removed from the channel. It's unfortunate, but we have had to do that recently once to one particular person, but we're going to move away from that now because that's negative, and I don't like being negative, particularly when we're crafting or watching crafting stuff. So that all being said, thanks again. We really appreciate you watching our videos. It really does help us with the YouTube algorithm, because as we know, that can be a tricky thing to get on the right side of, should we just say. But yeah, there we go. So at this point, I realised I really didn't have enough resin because it wasn't up to the top. So I then mixed up carefully off camera, mixed up some more. I'm happy with the placement of everything that's there at the moment. I did, however, add a couple more bits in, mixed up some more clear resin, and then just poured it in over the top. So in doing that, I'm just making sure that all of those lovely pieces of natural shell are completely covered. So when it cures, you have a nice smooth surface. So you'll have a smooth surface on the inside of the base and also on the outside, and that's the idea with the outside and inside sides of the bowl as well. So here you can see what I'm doing. I'm just giving it a little squidge, a little loving hug with my hands, a little bit of a squidge around there carefully, just to help persuade any little trapped air bubbles that might be there up to the surface, so they can dissipate, because like I said, you really don't want bubbles in your piece whilst it's curing. If you do get bubbles and it cures with big bubbles, you're going to end up with large pieces. Basically, you're going to end up with craters in your resin, so you're going to have big pieces missing. So this is the following day. Oh, can you see those little pops of glitter there? Some of the pearls have just popped back up, which is fine. So I'm just demoulding. So as I said, this is the following day. Again, you can leave it a whole 24 hours if you want, but I'm very impatient when it comes to doing demolds. And here I go. Just demoulding this one. There we are. You can see how, look at the shimmer and shine on some of those shell pieces. Can you see there some of those those reddy coloured pearl beads actually look a little bit like berries. There. It's given quite a warm tone to the resin as well. Look at that. Look at those pops of glitter. I love this glitter. And there we go, around the outside there. Sorry about the reflection from the light, but hopefully you can make out all those. I've really packed in those shell pieces, and look where the beads have gone. They've gone down in between them. Some of them are on the surface, some are literally, yeah, and you can see them on the inside and on the outside, which is great. I'm really pleased with the overall effect of this. Really, really pleased. Nice and smooth along the rim of the bowl there as well. And there it is. So this is it the other way around. Now, what I will say is just up around the top edge there, what we will do, this is the bottom of the bar, I've turned it over. We will go in with a deburring tool along there, which I'm showing you now, and just take off that edge because it can be a little bit sharp. Now I'm going to, hopefully, because this is zoomed in rather a lot, so apologies. As you can see, I'm trying to work out the best way of doing this. So you hold the deburring tool. Now this can be a bit tricky to get the hang of, but you know, persevere. Please persevere. Again, if you don't like using this kind of tool, or you don't have one, you can do this same sort of thing. You can just take the edge off of this part of the bowl. You can just take that remove that little sharp edge by just getting an emery board or a nail file and just going across it. So just over it, over the edge of the bowl, and it gets rid of the sharpness. So I don't know if you probably can't see that too well. Sorry, there we go. So just taking the most thinnest slither of resin off of it. Now I do continue to do that all around the edge of the bowl. I'm just going to do a little bit more here. There we are. And I will do that around the whole of that bowl until it's nice and soft and smooth, so it doesn't cut you or scratch your surfaces. So here's the final shots. See where that glitter's giving it a warm, reddy, glittery effect. I really do like this very, very much. They do look like little berries in there, which it's you know, sort of follows the autumn theme. But thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment. We do reply to all of them, and we'll see you again in a few days with another video. Take care everyone. Bye bye.